Welcome to another Musings from the Mind of tutorial where we're going to look at making this spring-loaded text with this kind of bouncy motion. So with that said, let's jump in to Blender. And so we're going to open up our Blender and we are going to do the obligatory delete of the default cube. So I'm going to hit 7 on my keyboard to go to the top view. I'm going to hit delete. Shift A, we're going to add text. I am going to hit tab to go into edit mode, and I'm going to change it to musings. I'm going to tab back out. I'm going to hit object, set origin, and I want to do geometry to origin, kind of centered up there. And then I am going to go over here to the font settings. Under geometry, I'm going to extrude 0.01 just so that we have a little bit of geometry. I'm going to right click, convert to a mesh. I'm immediately going to go to add a modifier. I'm going to remesh this guy. I'm going to click sharp, uncheck remove disconnected. I'm going to go to a level of 8 and I'm going to apply that. Now then, what I want to do is I'm going to go to 1. I am going to set a keyframe on scale at 1. I'm going to set a keyframe at 100 for scale. And then I am going to go to 45. I am going to scale Z 12. Hit enter. I'm going to add a keyframe at 45 on scale. I'm going to add a keyframe at 55 on scale. Alright, we're going to go up here to rendered. I'm going to add a new material, and we'll just add kind of a red for now. Something kind of more red. There we go. And if we hit play, let me put my end to 100, and if you see here, we have this smooth going up and down. So then we're going to add Shift A, we're going to add a mesh plane. We're going to hold on. Excuse me. I'm going to scale this guy out. I'm going to hit 1, and I am going to make sure that actually I'm going to go back to selecting the text. I'm going to hit tab in the text because I want to reset the origin to be at the base. Because if you look here, right now it scales from that origin point, so it gets thicker from the center. I actually want it to get thicker from the bottom, so I'm going to hit tab, I'm going to hit A to select everything, I'm going to hit G and Z, and I'm going to move the bottom of these letters to that origin point. So now when we do this, it's now scaling from the base. If we look here, it's scaling into the plane. Now then, what we want to do is we're going to hit 7 again to look at it from the top view. We'll off scale this a little bit. And what I want to do is, with the letters selected, I'm going to hit tab, make sure everything's selected. So you just hit A, it'll select everything. We're going to hit P to separate these. And we're going to separate by loose parts, which will create us 6 items. And the great thing about setting this original animation and the material is when it separates, it keeps those materials and it keeps the keyframes, so we don't have to individually add a material or a keyframe. So we see it's still going like this. So what I want it to do is I want it to start with the M and work its way to the S. So starting with the S, we see we're at 45 and 55. I want to select the G, and I'm going to select just these two guys, and I'm going to hit G, and I'm going to move them over to 40. I'm going to select the N. I'm going to select just these two guys. I'm going to hit G, move them over to 35. I'm going to take the I, and I'm going to move these over to 30. I'm going to take the S, and I'm going to move it over to 25. Did I do that right? Yes. I'm going to take the U, and I'm going to move it over to 20. And then I'm going to do the M, and I'm going to move it over to 15. So now when we play, we'll see the letters go up and down smoothly. But that's not that spring-loaded effect that we want to get. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select all of the letters. I'm going to hit T in here, and I want to change the interpolation mode to bounce. And that's where the magic happens. And that's where we see them do that bounce effect. And that, my friends, is a quick and easy way to do a spring-loaded effect with text animation. I hope this was helpful. Please click like and subscribe, and join us for the next time that we do a tutorial from Musings of the Mind of.